Hello, my wonderful Cancerians. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today I'm going to be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Ready for my Cancerians. Awaken your vulnerability. Number 3. Okay, Cancer, I feel like for many of you, this is an energy of you desiring some sort of much needed conversation from your person or some sort of conversation here that would lead to coming together. Now, it talks about being open. It talks about more so being open about emotions, and maybe you want this person to confess how they feel. Or on the flip side, you want to confess to them how you feel about them or how something they have said or done made you feel. So, either way, it's a conversation about emotions that you're desiring at this time. Number 3 talks about collaboration, coming together, but also setting your plans into action. So, not just analyzing or kind of making small plans as to what to do, but kind of, okay, let me set this into action. What are the necessary steps that I can take in order to achieve, said end goal? Okay, now I feel like your person could be realizing the depths of their emotions as they're thinking about you. They could be realizing that you are someone who emotionally fulfills them. But in the midst of it all, they're also taking into account that they probably did not tell you this because it talks about awakening your vulnerability. So whether you feel like you're involved with an individual who has a hard time opening up, who is not comfortable with sharing their emotions, right? You it's almost like you make them want to change or you make them want to be open with you. You make them want to trust again, is essentially what I feel. Okay, let's see. Okay. Very interesting. So we have this card is actually 2 and the first card is 3, which is interesting. So something could have happened in order, or maybe one thing occurred and something occurred right after, like kind of like in sequence here. But essentially, I feel like there's a lot that you have been through with this person. So not only are you guys mutually focused on the history that you guys hold together, but I feel like there's some sort of mirroring energy going on. So maybe it's that you want this person to be more vulnerable and they want you to be more vulnerable, right? If this is a period of separation or if it's a period where you guys are speaking, it seems that the conversations are on a topical level because the main goal here, or the end goal, I should say, is to have that conversation about your true, authentic emotions for each other to see where that takes you or what you guys can do with the emotions. Like right now, I feel like there's a lot of sensing the emotions, knowing that they're there, exploring the depths of it. But the next step is going to be, okay, what do we do, right? Where do we go from here? What are we going to do about these emotions, though? Okay. I do also feel like there's this energy here of maybe you always taking the lead and now you're trying to see what this person will do or if they will put, take the first step towards, expressing themselves or, speaking about, moving to another level with this bond here, that sort of thing. I feel like you teach this person a lot, whether you're aware of this or not. And a lot of you, maybe there's a lot that you have been through, a lot of cycles that you've completed, but there's a lot of knowledge here that you have attained that essentially you are teaching this person. I feel like for many of you, even this person wanting to be open with you or have, an open conversation where they can express their emotions, I feel like it has a lot to do with you, like the fact that you're vulnerable with them, or you create like a safe portal or like a safe space, right, for them to be, authentically themselves. It kind of makes them want to be that much more open with you, if that makes sense. So the number 12 could be of significance to you guys, and we do have show self-respect. So, Cancer, like as much as you guys want to, want this person to be open with you. Maybe you feel like in the past, because there was a lack of openness, you decided to kind of close off, right? And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it more so like, okay, maybe you were being very open with this person to the point where you felt like you were being a little too open, or you were kind of like, okay, I'm being very open with you, but you're not, you're still being closed off. So the fact that you still don't trust me all the way, I'm going to kind of draw my energy back a bit. I will give you 100% when you give me 100%. So there could have definitely been an energy of you kind of just putting yourself first here, Cancer, or maybe even just feeling like, you know what, it's not that I don't have emotions for this person, but I am only going to meet them halfway. We need to meet on middle grounds. It needs to be both of us being open with each other, not just me, that sort of thing. Because maybe some of you even questioned if this person would misuse or abuse your trust, or, take advantage of your kindness in one way or another. And the reason why I say that, Cancer, is because it says show self-respect. So, clearly in one way or another, you guys may have felt either devalued at one point in time, or even if this person was not intentionally trying to make you feel that way, this is just an emotion that could have resurfaced because you were still in that doubtful energy of, okay, well, what am I supposed to think if you're not open with me? Maybe you assumed the worst case scenario, or you assumed that, this person was not open with you because they were, willingly choosing not to, or they had something under wraps here. But, there could have been a misunderstanding. But more than anything, it was more so like, okay, well, if you're not going to reciprocate the energy, I'm going to take a few steps back. And when you're ready, you let me know. Because there seems to still be a desire to have that conversation about how you guys really feel. And by you guys, I mean the both of you. Okay, let's see. Let's just move these cards a little bit over already. I feel like for some of you, this person wants to speak about a reconciliation or rekindling something, right? So even if you guys are speaking right now, maybe this person feels like you're not responding them to the same way. You're not responding to them the same way that you used to, or, you're not calling them the sweet names, or there's some sort of change. I would like to say energy shift, but also emotionally, they feel like either they're doubting your emotions, or they feel like you're responding to them differently. So they're wondering if you still feel the same way. I hope I'm making sense, but it's this energy of missing how you used to speak to them, missing how you used to respond to them, just missing longing energy when it comes to your nurturing presence here. Okay, let's see. Awaken your vulnerability. Wow. Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So many of you just want to move to a calmer space with this person, but I will say that your person could view you to be in an energy of very self-focused. So the Queen of Pentacles, of course, is a nurturing energy. It's someone who can hold their own. They're, a great person to start a family with, have a commitment with. They're very loyal, reliable, you name it, right? But it's also someone who's very resourceful. I feel like maybe there's something that you're focused on, or something that you shifted your focus to that has more to do with yourself, whether that's internal changes, maybe a business endeavor, a creative endeavor. But this person views you as someone who just has it together. They feel like your life is very balanced, or it's very like the right amount of energy to give to your love life, your work life, your home life, your family, your friend. You know what I mean? Like it's a very balanced and it's also a neutral energy. So you can be in a very neutral energy right now where your person is having a hard time reading you. Okay. Your person sees you as, or views you, I should say, as an ideal partner. But with that Six of Swords, they may feel that you have moved away, right? Or you are taking a break, or there's a lack of consistency here because you feel that they're not giving you what it is that you desire. Because one thing about the Queen of Pentacles is, it's a very nurturing energy. They're very helpful, all sorts of things, but they're also able to quickly realize when their energy is not being reciprocated. And the Queen of Pentacles does not stay where they are not acknowledged. Okay, so Queen or King, guys, no gender, but it's an energy of someone who knows their worth, right? And they're not going to stay where they're not acknowledged. Hence why your third card is show self-respect. Even if it wasn't a negative experience, just the lack of reciprocity or the lack of openness here could have caused you to walk away, or just kind of decrease the amount of effort that you were putting forward, right? Six of Swords could also be, if it's not moving away from a situation, it's moving closer to a situation. So your person could be wanting to move closer to you, whether this is like actual physical distance or they want to close that gap when it comes to emotional distance here. The Six of Swords is also an energy of wanting things to be a lot calmer, right? So maybe there was a conflict, or maybe right now there's a lot of confusion or anxious emotions surrounding the bond here, where it's like, okay, I really want a peace of mind, right? Let's just see eye to eye. I really hope we can meet on middle grounds because I don't want to stress about this any longer, is what I'm picking up on. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's way too many cards. And I do see that this is someone who wants to build some sort of empire with you. It's like they feel like they can be a power couple with you, right? And I know that sounds cliche, guys, but it's genuinely someone who feels like you're balanced in all areas of your life. Just someone who knows how to do many things, but you do it so effortlessly. So genuinely admiring you for who you authentically are. Some of you may have earth placements in your chart, or you could be involved with an earth sign here. I'm specifically getting Virgo and Taurus. Okay, the Lovers in reverse. So like mutually, it seems that there's a very back and forth energy when it comes to deciding what to do, or I'm picking up on an energy of some days being easier than others. And if I were to break down that energy, it's you guys feeling like, hey, maybe some days you're very positive about it. Other days you're like, okay, there's a lack of action, there's a lack of consistency, I don't know what to think. Now, the main thing here is you want this person to make a firm decision. You want this person to pick which route they want to take, and you want them to stand firm in their stance here, pretty much. Some of you can be involved with a Gemini, but I do see here that maybe this is someone who put off making a decision for a very long time. Now, if they did do that, they did put off making a decision. Again, this could go back to why we have your next card present there, which essentially talks about you putting an end to something or you walking away from something because you feel that you are either being strung along or something you have asked for is not coming into fruition. So maybe your desired outcome was a firm answer. Okay, we discussed our emotions. What are we going to do about it? Maybe your person said they wanted a commitment, but their actions weren't following through. It's not something that they were actively working towards every day. And so because you were paying more attention to their actions than just what they were saying, it could have caused you to walk away. Because if they weren't putting the action forward, you could have started questioning not only their intentions, but what they say, right? Because you could have felt like, okay, well, you tell me that you want a commitment, but I'm not going to hold on to that or believe that, if you are not, acting accordingly. Okay, let's see. A lot of you feel like this person's very slow moving, or they kind of like drag their feet when it comes to getting things off the ground here. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving energy, but it's a very premeditated energy. Okay, when I see the Five of Cups, I just see someone who misses you deeply. Do they know that they have been taking a very long time to take some sort of action or make a decision? Absolutely. But they're not doing anything to actively change it. Instead, I feel like they're kind of at a standstill due to the fact that they're focused on the hurt emotions, or the heartache, I should say. Because the Five of Cups is being focused on spilled milk or the things that hurt them. But if you look closely on the Five of Cups, there are two cups that are still standing. So what am I getting at here? There is this desire from your person's end, or this urge, something is urging them to not focus on the spilled milk, but focus on the fact that, hey, there's still love here. Or look at things in a more positive way, in a sense of, okay, well, I can still fix this if I want to, right? But when you're in that Five of Cups energy, you're in a very pessimistic mindset, or you're in a mindset of thinking, well, think about it this way, Cancerian. If you're just focused on what went wrong and you're not even looking at the positive aspects of a situation, what would that lead you to believe? That you probably can't fix it, right? So that's pretty much, the Five of Cups energy here. Now, The fact that your person is focusing on what they did wrong could be the very reason why they're taking a very long time to come forward. Whether this is guilt, embarrassment, someone who is very premeditated and always needs to know the outcome of things before they, actually put forth the action. Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. It could even be that you feel things have been at a standstill for some time. And it's not to say that your person's not a practical person, but you may feel like there's room for improvement or there's some growing up to do. Because when you show up as the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight has a long way to go to either become a queen or a king, right? So you want this in and out energy to stop. And some of you feel like, even if it's not in and out energy, maybe you feel like it's very on and off the connection. Like when you guys speak, it's fine, but when you guys don't, it's terrible. Or when you guys speak, or even if you guys are speaking right now, you just feel like you're not getting to the bottom of things though. Like the conversation's on a topical level, or you guys speak about everything but what needs to be acknowledged. Or, you guys do bring up the fact that you guys, maybe you bring up to the fact that this person needs to make a decision or that you want a commitment and that sort of thing. And they say that they're going to address it or find a solution. But when it comes to actually finding a solution, you feel like you end up at square one. And square one in this case seems to be kind of like a waiting game. Okay, Queen of Pentacles and Six of Swords. Yeah, a lot of you feel like you wanted this person to leave their comfort zone. For many of you, I see things working out in your favor, and that's going to vary because it's a general reading. So maybe for some of you, you wanted this person to understand what you were trying to, illuminate to them the entire time. For others of you, maybe you wanted this person to finally think about leaving their comfort zone or doing something different than, the same actions that they have always been doing, that sort of thing. But I do see that something you wanted this person to realize, they will be realizing that. Now, you moving away could have caused this person to feel like there was some sort of, karma here, or something that was very difficult for them to cope with, right? This person now sees that they need to do something different in order to attain different results, right? They're like, okay, well, if I keep doing the same thing over and over again, time and time again, I'm not going to see any changes. So the positive about it is that this person is willing to leave their comfort zone. Now, what's holding them back is the next card, the Lovers in reverse. They need to, sorry guys, the card just fell here. Give me a second. What's holding them back, is essentially the, wow, take a look at this. This is the card that fell out for you guys. I'll keep it here. Two of Cups. But, essentially what's holding them back is it's like, even if they know they want a commitment, right? They have to make a firm decision about it, right? They have to, say, okay, not only am I making a firm decision about it, I need to take my the things that I analyze and my plans and turn them into action. That's the thing that they're having a difficult time doing. It's like if they say they want a commitment, they still have that uncertainty about how to attain it or what to do about it. Because when you have the Lovers in reverse, there is some suppression involved there. Two of Cups is just clarifying that this person just views you as someone that is the ideal partner. Just they love you a lot. They see a lot of them in you, and you may feel this way about them as well. But it's someone who feels like you guys are destined to be together. But when you have that Lovers in reverse, it's someone who needs to be a tad bit more practical, or it's someone who is suppressing something because they're avoiding dealing with it. They feel like there's something here that they need to cope with, but it seems so difficult to cope with. It seems easier to not think about it right now. And you guys have to remember that energies are fluid, which means they're subject to change, right? But again, some of you may be involved with a Gemini or another fellow water sign like yourself, Scorpio or Pisces. But again, guys, I feel like, there could be differences and maybe the lack of decision is rooting from the differences. Maybe we are paying more attention to the differences as opposed to the similarities is what I see here. Your person could be like, okay, well, we're very different and there's something that we're not able to see eye to eye on, so I can't make a firm decision. Because the Lovers is not just any decision. It's a life-altering decision, whether that means they have to leave something else behind, someone else behind, an old thinking pattern, right? Because with the Judgment, it's like a massive transformation. Like in order to leave your comfort zone, you really have to, number one, have the courage, but number two, believe in what you can't see. And that's what your person's having a difficult time doing. So this could result in you feeling like, hey, can you have a little bit more hope? Can you have a little bit more faith? Why don't you believe in this connection? Why don't you believe in us just a little bit more? Right, Cancer? Okay. So the Two of Cups just fell out for you guys, so I'm just going to keep it there, but I am going to clarify the Lovers. Okay, the Lovers. Some of you feel like you have a higher purpose with this person, right? Whether it's you guys have goals together, or there's a purpose that you guys need to attain individually, and then, before you guys come together. For some of you, maybe this is a twin flame connection, but I just want to, quick disclaimer here, guys. When you guys think you're in a twin flame connection, just make sure that you guys research about it, because first and foremost, there's many different types of twin flame connections, but the one that I'm picking up on particularly is where you feel like this connection was a catalyst for your growth. And I'll give you an example for those of you that feel like you are in, that does resonate with you. You feel like there was a lot that this connection taught you, and from the time that you met this person to the time right now, Cancer, there's probably many things that changed in your life, from who your social circle is to what you want to do. You guys could have even figured out your purpose within the timeline of this bond here. There was a lot of internal changes that also projected into your reality as well. Okay, and so that's what's happening for your person as well. There could be an age gap here between you and your person, or there's some sort of major difference, whether it's religious factors or something that is major to you, which is going to vary because it's not a personal reading, it's a general. But again, yeah, so some of you could be in a twin flame connection. Just make sure that you guys are looking that up. But with the Queen of Swords here, Cancer, I do feel like a lot of you just want honesty, truth. You want this person to be, forthcoming when it comes to their emotions, but also this life-altering decision. You know that this is a big decision, okay? So you're obviously going to know your situation better than I will, but even though you know this is a difficult decision to make, because the Two of Cups is here, you are kind of wondering, okay, well, if the emotions are here, right? Does the love outweigh this difficult decision? Or is this decision something that you're just not willing to make? That could be the question at hand. But either way, I see you demanding the truth from this person. And if they're communicating with you, I do see them letting you know how much emotions they have for you and that they love you. But the thing with the cards here is they're letting me know that as much as there's emotions here, a lot of you are frustrated because there's not anything being done about it. You know what I mean, Cancer? Like, if this person's saying, yes, Cancer, I love you, and I want a commitment, but they're taking so long to get that off the ground, you start to question if you guys are ever going to have a commitment, or if you're going to put yourself in a space where you're kind of putting your heart on the line. You know what I mean? So I do see a tad bit of guarded energy as well. Five of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Let's see. And I feel like you make this person want to change a lot, like a lot in their life, a lot about their self. Like, you could have been the major change in this person's life, right? In a sense of, like, this person feels like they've never felt this way about someone before, but they also feel like their life would change drastically if they were to pursue this commitment with you. So that's why I think I'm picking up on like some sort of like I don't know if it's like an age gap, and maybe there's like their family or your family or friends having opinions on it. And if it's not like exterior opinions, I just feel like there's like your person feels like it's such a difficult decision. Like, they want this so badly, but it's also this questioning of, what if I make the wrong decision? As in, they're probably thinking so far ahead of like, is this too good to be true? Like, what if I make this decision to move forward with Cancer, and then Cancer decides that they don't want to be a part of this? Or like, this person holds you on a very high pedestal, and I don't mean it as they think like, oh, I'm not deserving of Cancer, but for some of you that could definitely be the case. Like, if they think you're out of their league, or again, a case of this is too good to be true, so maybe there's self-sabotage going on here. So moving on, the Five of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles is being clarified by the Temperance. Of course, some of you may be involved with the Sagittarius, but it talks about reciprocity, right? Someone who is regretting not giving you the same energy that you have given them in the past. I feel like as this person was telling you they were going to make a decision, you were extremely patient with them. The Temperance is someone who's like, okay, that's fine, I'll be patient with you. But as you started to realize, as time went on and things unraveled, and you realize that Again, there wasn't any practical action, or things were moving extremely slowly. You could have took your energy back, right? Now, in your closing cards, I see this person wanting to restore balance. That's what I see that they're focused on right now, restoring balance. And this is what they're slowly moving towards. They want to heal the connection between the both of you. They want to be truthful, right, about their emotions towards you. Now, the main obstacle you guys, mutually could be working through is, what are we going to do about all the emotions at hand? Okay. So, my wonderful Cancerians, I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.